Men and their purpose. Why do men think of movies like 300, Gladiator, Troy? Why do men love these movies so much? Well, it's taken me a while to get to this conclusion, but what I think this is because all these men in these movies portray a great purpose, and in the end of these movies, these men all die. So we've got, Troy, Achilles dies in Troy. We've got Gladiator, Maximus in Gladiator dies, and also Leonidas from the 300 Spartans dies in the end. But what's significant about these men's death? There's only just some movies. I can list you so many more that are loved by the modern man, and it almost resonates with them to their heart, to their core, and it shows them a true reason to die, a true purpose. All these men, they were living and dying for their purpose, quite literally. So we had Leonidas from 300. He brought 300 Spartans through the hot gates, and he died fighting alongside his brothers for his country, for his people, for his city, for his family, for Sparta, for his wife. There is no greater duty than a man to provide and protect. So when these men got the opportunity to die for the people they love, for the things they love, then that is their duty. It is now complete. They now may pass on to the next stage. I believe there's no greater fulfillment and no greater purpose for a man in the end but to do this. So I think that's why these movies are loved by the modern man so much, and they can be appreciated. Look at Gladiator, how Maximus died in the end of Gladiator. At the end, he died because his life duty was complete. His family, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Gladiator, his family was brutally murdered, and he took him many months of fighting and remaining stoic throughout the whole movie to get to the end point of getting vengeance or getting justice back for his family, and expose the rotten core of the Roman Empire at the time in the movie, and he got justice for his family, and he was quite happily killed after that. He died with a smile on his face and knew he was getting reunited with his family. His duty as a man was complete. I think this is one of the driving factors of why masculinity in society today is lacking so much. Men don't have this ability to be able to die for their purpose no more, which it's not necessarily a bad thing. No one wants to go out and have to go to battle and die at the end of the day. Everyone wants to live long, happy lives. But to the core, to the essence, we think, why are we doing something? Why are we going to work? Why are we working so hard? If you have no purpose and no reason why, you're going to struggle with this all through your life. You're going to be afraid of hard work. You're going to be afraid of working long hours or doing the things that you don't want to do because you're doing them for yourself. When you can shift your mindset and when you find your true purpose, you realize it's no longer about you. You can work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next 30 years of your life, and that will no longer scare you. The thought of that, you'll happily embrace it knowing that this is going for a greater purpose, greater than yourself. Whatever your purpose is, I'm not here to tell you what your purpose should be. Sure, I can help you get to that result and help you find your purpose and delve deep within the construct of your mind and find out what's programmed in your paradigm to see what your true purpose is. But that purpose must come from within. You must know what your purpose is, and it will come to light at some stage in your life, sooner rather than later, hopefully, because the sooner you derive your purpose is when things no longer scare you no more. You pretty much have fear of nothing, knowing that you're working towards your purpose, whatever that purpose is. And if you die on the pursuit of your purpose, well, is there any greater way to die? Your duty as a man is being fulfilled. Now, in our modern day society, it is hard to find this purpose because everything is clouded. Our judgment is clouded. Everything around us makes it so easy to be soft, to stay in bed, to stay warm, to turn the heater on, to not have to go out and work hard. And for some people, their purpose may be, they may have a family, they may have a loving partner and kids, and they derive no greater happiness but to provide and protect for these people in their life. Once a man can capture and envision that purpose, I believe that is the peak masculinity of men. No matter what other driving factors are going on, whether you're, we can talk about testosterone, whether you have a man with 500 nanograms a deciliter of testosterone versus a man with 800 or 900 nanograms a deciliter. If that man with 500 nanograms a deciliter finds his true purpose and works towards that relentlessly at no end, he will outperform anyone in the sector he's working in. When he has that vision and that goal in his mind, that he's working towards something greater than himself, he's responsible now for many people below him, with his kids, with his loving partner and his wife. Whatever it is, that purpose will drive him and continually motivate him at no end, and he'll outperform and outwork any single other person in that field when he's literally willing to work himself to death or fight to the death or whatever the reason is, or whatever the thing he's working towards in. Once he has that purpose in his mind, that man is now unstoppable. That is true peak masculinity. When we realize it's not what we can get for ourselves, it's more rather than what we can give. I believe that is true masculinity. The difference between a boy and a man is when a boy consumes more than he produces and a man produces more than he consumes. Now listen to that again. A boy is always out there consuming, asking, absorbing knowledge, taking resources in. A man, this switches to a man when he starts producing resources, giving knowledge. I believe when a man finds that true purpose in his essence, there is no greater way to live, and there's also no greater way to die, but to have that thought in mind. When you find this true purpose, you will outwork any single person in whatever you're doing, because you know this is greater than you. You're not working for yourself. You're not working so you can have the nice car, so you can go on a nice holiday. The mindset shifts to, I can give my kids, I can give my family this beautiful holiday. I can give my wife this nice car that she can drive the kids to school in and be safe. I can provide a legacy and build an empire for the next 3 generations of my family to live comfortably, financially free. When you have that mindset, nothing will get in the way, nothing will stop you. The thought of hard work, you'll look at it and smile and say, give me more hard work, this is nothing. You will find what you're truly capable of. And to get to this point, it's not going to happen overnight. To derive your true purpose takes time, and you have to really delve deep and think and stop all these distractions from the outside world. This can take, weeks, months, potentially years to find this purpose. But the key is to get to this purpose as quickly as possible, and this purpose must come from within. This purpose must be derived from yourself. It can't be what someone tells you your purpose should be. You can't have Joe Blow over here saying your purpose should be, you must work for your family, you must work for... It has to come from within. You have to know what your purpose is to your core. Not everyone's purpose will be the same. When we look back at these great warriors and leaders who died for their purpose, we can understand why they died with a smile on their face. We know the duty of a man was fulfilled. And I think there is no greater way to live but to live and die for your purpose. It's something that has been lost in society now. Men are lost in direction. Men don't have a purpose. They don't know how to find their purpose. And like I said, I'm not here to tell you what your purpose should be, but I can sure show you the way and tell you the steps to take to find this purpose. And once you do find this purpose, there is no going back. There is no doing things for yourself no more. All it becomes is what you can provide, who you can protect, and what you're living for. And it's always something greater than yourself. This took me quite the time to come to this realization. But once you get to this realization, once you get to this point, I think life then becomes truly great, and you realize this is not so bad. This is a life worth living. This is a life worth dying for. This is a worthy ideal. And this is an ideal that you're going to instill, and something that can be passed down to future generations when you have kids, when you have a son. When you know how to find your purpose, you can guide your son, or you can guide, future young men to find their purpose. And when so many men are working towards their purpose, this is when we rebuild and we can reshape society into a much stronger, more proficient, more productive, masculine society. Some people might not like the idea of having a strong, purposeful driven, masculine society where we provide and we protect for our loved ones. Some people might find the thought of that disgusting. They don't want to have that. Well, to these men, I say, I don't think you have found your purpose yet. when you delve deep enough and you spend enough time in your own mind, you will come to the conclusion of why you're here, why God chose you to become a man, and what you're truly capable of. Without your purpose, without knowing this, you'll never reach your true capacity, and you won't know what you're really capable of. This is why I think finding your purpose at a young age is so crucial, because this will set you up for the rest of your life working towards this purpose. It is not just a fairy tale you see in movies. There's a reason why these movies resonate with you on such a deep level, and you can almost connect with the character and you can feel that, and you love watching these movies. It's like it makes you feel a sense of purpose while you watch these movies, and you can feel the emotions that these characters are going through as they're dying or as they're fighting towards their purpose. As Leonidas is bringing those 300 Spartans through the hot gates and they're fighting the immortals and they're succeeding, and then towards the end, when you see Leonidas die, he knows his duty is complete as a man. And you look at that scene in that movie and it makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel like you want to get up. It motivates you. That is a true inner purpose calling to you. It's saying it wants to be known. It wants to wake up. It wants to be brought to life. But these are things that are only going to spark things. They're going to invoke little pieces of your purpose. It's going to come from deep within you, deep within the confines of your mind and your paradigm, to really understand what this purpose is. And when you find this purpose, there's no coming back. Like I said, you will see your true capacity and your capability as a man, and you'll be truly thankful for being a man.